This is the national news telecast on ChannelEye Rupavahini. I'm Uvin Hettiarachchi.
And I'm Sharifa Tahir. We take a look at the headlines first.
China and USA discuss on Sri Lanka's debt. The president says a new chapter in the field of military medicine will be opened. Human trafficking in Syria under the cover of Dubai. A dollar-earning operation in the East. 20 Raigam Telly's nominations for the national television. 10th round of European sanctions against Russia.
Now to those and more stories in detail. Only today's top story. The United States and China held deputy-level talks between finance officials on Friday to discuss debt and other issues on the sideline of the G20 finance meet in India. Meanwhile, sources told that the matter was being discussed in Reuters.
Meanwhile, in an exclusive interview with Economic Times, IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva commented on latest developments of the debt restructuring that is needed by several countries like Sri Lanka.
Kristalina Georgieva for joining us in today's show. Can I begin with, you attended the debt roundtable in the morning. What kind of a solution are we looking at?
For the first time, we are bringing all creditors, new and old, public and private, and debtor countries to discuss debt resolution. Without bringing everybody, it is very difficult to overcome what has become a serious obstacle to fast and fair debt resolution. And I am very encouraged by the active participation of all this morning, as well as the commitment of the private sector to listen to everybody else, as well as to the debtor countries. We have set up an agenda for working in the future that is very practical. It concentrates on matters that require resolution and would help make progress faster.
There are concerns around, asset capture and also geopolitical concerns subsequent to such an asset capture. Do you think the outcome would be able to address these concerns?
Right now, our priority is to help countries that find themselves in very difficult situation as a result of high level of debts, increase of interest rates, and dollar appreciation. All this at the same time. And these countries are very keen for focus on practical way forward. We have 4 countries that have asked for debt resolution under the common framework: Chad, Zambia, Ethiopia, Ghana. Only Chad is already completed. We have to act on the other 3. And then we have a number of countries that are not eligible for the common framework, like Sri Lanka, that are in a very difficult place. So our priority is to define how we can practically address the demands from the countries to be fast, predictable, and resolute.
In the meantime, the Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe says in addition to the utilization of a unit to send abroad military cadres to deal with any natural disaster throughout the world, a special unit will also be established for the migration of army teams to grapple with health disasters as well.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks participating in the inaugural session of the 6th Annual Academy of the Sri Lanka College of Military Medicine in Katunayake yesterday.
The theme of the session is Resilience of Military Medicine in Times of Crises. The President added that more medicine are scheduled to be brought to the island under the Indian credit scheme. He also recalled how the military medicinal faculties underwent difficulties during the period of North-East War. The President further said that presently discussions are underway to develop the Medical Research Institute to be the best medical research facility in the region. He further said that talks are also being conducted for the provision of a health insurance coverage for low-income earners to receive medical facilities from private hospitals.
My duty to inform you of my appreciation of the work that has been done in the field of military medicine. I must commend all those who held the position of President earlier and the present President for the work that has been done in recognition of military medicine in Sri Lanka. Our medical corps and that of the Army and then of the Navy and Air Force really experienced military medicine in a crisis during the war in the Northeast. While facing the war in the Northeast, you were also called upon to render services during the tsunami of 2004. While you are here to discuss military resilience in military medicine in times of crisis, I have to, on the other hand, to think of medicine in the times of economic crisis. Today, before I came here, I ensured that under the Indian credit line that we could be able to get more medicine. And now we are working on making more foreign exchange available to the medical sector. Now this alone is not sufficient to train our medical personnel. I have discussed with the Ministry of Health the need to upgrade the MRI into one of the best medical research laboratories in the region. We should ourselves have a good laboratory, a series of laboratories to carry out our own research. With the growth of private hospitals and people wanting access to private hospitals, some form of a health insurance where the government also picks up the tab for those who are in the lower income categories. That's a matter on which we will be having discussions in the coming year, this year and next year. We are looking at paying wards in government hospitals. And I also want to introduce non-paying wards in private hospitals where the government will take the tab for the treatment that is given in those non-paying wards. Planning to send to help out in Turkey. We originally had a group going out to Nepal. These are in times of natural disaster. But I'm looking at the possibility of using our military medical personnel to send abroad when the people are faced with health disasters. And that takes place more often than natural disasters. I will certainly discuss with you all the formation of a unit that can be made available. So we have the experience, and it's only fair that we make our services available to other countries which may not have had our experience. So that's a new chapter for military medicine.
In the meantime, Sri Lankan tourism industry has been subjected to severe setbacks in the recent past.
However, a revival in the field is seen today. However, due to improper activities of certain groups, there have been instances of foreign tourist arrivals in the country subjected to numerous forms of harassment. It has been pointed out that the dark hour of the tourism industry will not be too far unless authorities take remedial action to overcome the situation. Sri Lanka's destabilized tourism industry is slowly raising its head once again. Strenuous efforts are underway to both the state and private sector. The confidence on the Sri Lankan international community is a crucial factor for the revival of the tourism industry. However, uncivilized acts of certain groups who depend on tourism industry is a severe blow to the industry itself. Three-wheel drivers are forced in front of such situations in certain times. The police have received 9 complaints of inappropriate action of three-wheel drivers on foreign tourists since the year 2021. The most recent incident has been a two-rotor incident perpetrated in a German female emery by a three-wheel driver.
Germany. We ordered to pick me a car for 3 people to go to Marissa Beach. Unfortunately, we were surrounded by a lot of tuk-tuk drivers, and these tuk-tuk drivers, they didn't let me driver park. So we walked to the next corner and meet the pick me driver there, but they didn't let us get in the car, so we had to pay a commission that the pygmy driver was able to drive us to Marissa Beach where we wanted to go. So this is very sad, and as a tourist I have to say it's a very unpleasant experience for us.
Several three-wheel drivers connected to such incidents have been placed under detention for 14 days. In addition, a local youth had been hit on the face of a foreign woman with a slipper while traveling in a train. 42 tourist police units are being functioned throughout the island. The police take opportunity to enlighten the general public on the intimidation through relevant videotapes. The police say law will be implemented sternly against the culprits.
Police station. Again, court produce $25,000.
Yes, but this is valid.
Maybe we need that paper, like you said.
Yeah.
I can you help. No problem. I can you help. Okay?
Understand? Help? I don't think we need help.
I can you help.
At a time when Sri Lanka is undergoing a tumultuous situation, stopping the flow of foreign exchange from the foreign tourists cannot be tolerated in the island.
Female youth returning to the island from Syrian homes say they are often being subjected to harassments in these workplaces. The women request the authorities to take measures to liberate these females and bring them back to their hometown without delay. The relevant group of youth further point out that Sri Lankan women are being cheated with forged documents and passports promising them job opportunities in Dubai. However, later on, these women are being discreetly smuggled into Syria. Some of the women engaged in jobs in Syria had not been paid at all. These women are forced to work 22 hours a day. Some of the women who escaped from this torture had managed to return to Sri Lanka. They held a media briefing today to describe of their pathetic plight.
The Indian Geological and Physical Research Institute warns an impending earthquake in the magnitude of 8 units in the Richter scale in Himalayan Uttar Pradesh in India. The senior professor of geological sciences in the Peradeniya University, Professor Senaratne, points out that if such a tremor took place, the city of Colombo will also feel the shock of such occurrence. The senior professor Atula Senaratne of the Peradeniya University said in a case of an earthquake of Richter scale 8 magnitude in India, as forecasted by Indian geologists, the Colombo city would feel the impact. He told the media yesterday an earthquake of Richter scale 5 magnitude, which occurred 2 years ago near the Himalayan range, was felt by Colombo city, and the people were frightened by disastrous situation of the buildings. He said that earthquake forecast by Indian authorities recently would be a more forceful one. However, he pointed out that several forecasts of the earthquake worldwide had not occurred. Director General of Geological and Mining, Bureau Janaka Ajit Perima, said that there is no possibility under such present technological aspects to precisely predict the date and timing of an earthquake. Even the countries like Japan that have high technologies have seismic activities that cannot be predicted with the current technology.
General Secretary of the Samagi Janabalavege, Rajneet Matumba Bandara, says parliamentarian Mayantha Dissanayake has agreed to resign from the post of chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts. The General Secretary, upon our inquiry, further says that the name of the parliamentarian, Dr. Harsha De Silva, is to be proposed for the post. With the abolition of the post of chairman of the committee due to proroguing of parliamentary session, parliamentarian Mayantha Dissanayake of the SJB has been appointed for the position. Dr. Harsha De Silva has previously functioned as the chairman of the committee. The opposition again proposed the name of parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva for the post. However, the government's parliamentary group nominated opposition member Mayantha Dissanayake to the post and appointed him as the chairman of the committee. The SJB was reported to have conducted several rounds of discussions to overcome its disagreements. Later on, the SJB General Secretary said that Mayantha Dissanayake decided to quit the post.
General Secretary of the SJB, Jaranjit Bandum Bandara, that according to a parliamentary standing order, chairmanship of the Parliamentary Finance Committee should be given to the opposition. The name of Harsha De Silva was proposed. He added that, however, the government snared MP Mayanth Dissanayake into a trap and proposed his name. Now Mayanth Dissanayake is rejecting the appointment. Unveiling of the nominations for the 19th Raigam Telly's award ceremony was held in Colombo yesterday.
The awards are being presented for teledramas and programs telecast in the year 2022. At this year's awards presentation, 19 awards on media excellence and 20 awards on teledrama excellence will be handed over. The national television has been nominated for 20 Raigam awards. Accordingly, the Nana Mihira program produced by Devika Kumarasinghe, the Vision program produced by Chulangani Hapuhinha and Forward Focus program produced by Pathum Sasanka have been nominated. These educational programs regarded as the most excellent productions of the year. The most excellent television documentary titled Malkakulu Iki Binditi produced by Namal Prasanna and Miss Traveller program produced by Tamasha Tatsarani Jayasuriya were among the other nominated programs.
The national television feature on volleyball team of the Tissapura College, Uhana, produced by Suresh Gunasekara and Buddhika Gamalat, has been nominated as the most excellent television feature of the year.
Another national television program, Yuki program produced by Pushpita Piris, has also been nominated as the best dubbing program of the year. The fashion program produced by Damika David received the nominations as the most excellent magazine program.
The best Tamil national newscaster was Vijay Abhinanda Vishwanathan of the Netra television channel. Niranjali Shamunja of the national television has been nominated as the best Sinhala and Tamil presenter. Pranitha Koneshwaran of the Netra television channel has been nominated as the most excellent Tamil presenter. In the meantime, my co-anchor Sharifa Tahir has been nominated as the most excellent English presenter representing Channel I.
And also about the initiatives taken by
Sharifa Tahir, Channel I.
Dayan Tittagalla and Nuwan Sinadipati has been nominated for Best Teledrama Editing for the teledrama Thumpane telecast over national television. Supun Ratnaga, who wrote the song Julieta Nova Api in the Thumpane teledrama, was nominated as the most excellent songwriting of the year. Koralage Saman, who portrays the character of Vimalayaya in the Thumpane teledrama, as well as Supun Ratnaga, who was the scriptwriter of the Thumpane teledrama, have also been nominated.
Single episode teledrama produced by Priyantha Fernando for the national television title Earat Avurudune was also nominated as the best single episode of the year. Madhura Prabheshwaran, who depicted the character of Vikum Sivri in the Thumpane teledrama, was nominated as the best actor of the year.
Supun Ratnayaka, who directed Thumpane teledrama, has been nominated as the Best Director of the Year. The Raigam Telly's Awards Festival, which evaluates the most excellent teledrama creations and programs in the year 2022, is scheduled to be conducted on the 25th of next month.
Sri Lanka's textile manufacturing is a field that is highlighted as an attraction to the many. Meanwhile, steps are underway to implement a special program to elevate the Eastern Province textile industry to the international market. The work is being conducted on instructions of the Governor of the Eastern Province, Mrs. Anuradha Yahampat. The main objective of the project is to create a better marketing condition for the local textile productions, especially in the European countries. Measures have already been taken to acquire produce of large, medium and small-scale producers through the discussions with such entrepreneurs. Special program is underway to create an international market for the proper local products. Another objective of the program is to earn additional dollars to the country by looking into the problems faced by local industrialists. Governor of the Eastern Province, Anuradha Yahampat, said that good quality handlooms textiles are available in the Eastern Province. She further said that it is pointed out to need to have a proper marketing conditions for the product The aim is to procure dollars from the international market. Specialist physicians say epilepsy is a disease which could be effectively controlled through receiving proper medications.
Epileptic patients are also able to live in the society as normal citizens like other communities. The doctors reiterate the need to focus on proper attention on patients of epilepsy without isolating them. This is a disease which erupts due to emergency electrical activity in the brain. The epilepsy patients show some changes in their external physical behavior as well as on short-term basis. The identification of epileptic patients is a crucial issue. Person of any age group could be afflicted with epilepsy. However, this disease does not spread person to person. Specialist doctor on neurological diseases, Dr. Sami Mohammed, said that the root causes for epilepsy is still not known. However, those who had a paralytic condition previously or those who had abnormalities in deliveries are more susceptible for affliction. Low oxygen content in the brain or a lump in the brain or cancer may also trigger epilepsy conditions. Other leading causes of epilepsy have been attributed to liquor consumption and heavy stressful life as well. Even those who have having fever or influenza could develop into epileptic conditions. It is imperative to be enlightened on the epileptic disease. Proper medical instructions should be adhered, dispelling misconceptions. In the event of treating an epileptic condition, it has been advised not to insert spoons or any other similar objects into the mouth. If the patient remains in an unsecure environment, he or she should be brought to a safer environment. If the disease condition prevails for over 5 minutes, it is necessary to bring the patient to the nearest hospital.
Now for some news in brief. Our correspondent says daily transport in Jaffna-Vaunia railway line has been restricted to one journey as a result of a reconstruction taking place in the northern railway track. It has also been reported that due to failure of employees to return to work maintaining railway signals, 4 train accidents have taken place in the northern province in the past 4 days. 5 persons were injured and 1 person killed in the accidents. Commander-in-Chief of Pakistan Navy Admiral Muhammad Amjad says has arrived in the island for a 4-day official tour. He was welcomed upon arrival by the Commander-in-Chief of the Western Navy Commander Admiral Suresh De Silva. Sarahuruha Arts Festival, organized by the Art Council in the students of the Colombo University, was held at the University New Arts Gallery recently. Several new creations aimed with the objective of nurturing literature of songs were unveiled. A CD signal, Mama Malak Vela, by veteran singers were also unveiled in this occasion. Vice-Chancellor and senior professors and a large number of academic and non-academic staff were present. Presentation of aid to groups of selected low-income families in the school children by Dayaka Sabha of the Korea Sri Lanka Mahaviharaya has taken place recently. Chief incumbent of the Viharaya and the chief of the South Korea Venerable Thalgamwe Dhammatithera was extended to the patronage of the program. A 52-year-old father of 2 was killed in a road accident in Morvene, Panadura. The victim was run over by a tipper truck while returning home in a push bicycle.
Life Without Green art exhibition by artist Sanjay Gunaratna is being conducted at the Lionel Wendt Art Gallery. The exhibition, which commenced yesterday, will be open to the general public tomorrow as well. The artistic creations depict the natural beauty of the environment and the relationship between man and nature. They also illustrate the tragedy faced by nature due to rushed lifestyles of the people as well as open economy and technological initiatives. The oil painting also portrays human attachments with Mother Nature. Large number of artists, media personnel and social activists have viewed the exhibition. Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Asanga Jayalat, extended his best wishes on behalf of the national television to our very own artist Sanjay Gunaratna. The Director General has advised the artist to take his creations to the international arena as well. He has also extolled the beauty of the artistic creations.
25 persons have been injured by a road accident on Muruthala-Nelligala Road in Peradeniya today. The accident had occurred when a bus went without a precipice. Some of the injured passengers engaged in a pilgrimage have been admitted to Peradeniya and Kandy hospitals. At the time of the incident, there were 48 passengers in the bus. It was also reported that a group was of the residents of the Moratua. We'll be back with more news after a short break.
Happy Valentine's Day! Prima Kottumi share the hot and spicy love every day. Prima Kottumi, fun tamai!
Now on to foreign news. News from Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has issued plans to meet China's President Xi Jinping to discuss Beijing's proposal on ending the war in Ukraine.
Speaking on the first anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion, he said the proposal signaled that China was involved in the search for peace. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that he really wants to believe that China will not supply weapons to Russia. China's plan calls for peace talks and respect for national sovereignty. However, the 12-point document does not specifically say that Russia must withdraw its troops from Ukraine, and it also condemns the usage of unilateral sanctions in what is seen as a veiled criticism of Ukraine's allies in the West. The Chinese authorities have so far not publicly responded to the Ukrainian President Zelensky's call for a summit with the China's leader Xi Jinping. Meanwhile, Russia hailed the Chinese peace proposals.
Heavy snow and rain pounds California state and other parts of the western U.S., while thousands of people in Michigan suffer freezing temperatures through extended power outages wrought by once worst ice storms of the decades. Southern California has received a heavy snowfall as the first blizzard in a generation pounded hills throughout Los Angeles, with heavy rains threatening flooding in other places and major United States. Major roads were closed as ice and snow made them impassable, including the section of the Interstate 5, the main north and south highway that connects Mexico, California, the Pacific Northwest and Canada. Authorities said there is no estimate when it would be reopened. The U.S. is experiencing heavy snowfall.
Happy Valentine's Day! Prima Kottumi share the hot and spicy love every day.
Now on to sports news, we are looking at cricketing news. The Sri Lankan Test reserve for the forthcoming New Zealand tour has been announced. Dimuth Karunaratne is functioning as the captain of this tour.
The 17-member Sri Lankan Test squad is scheduled to leave the island on the 27th of this month. The other team members are Oshada Fernando, Kusal Mendes, Angelo Matthews, Dhananjay De Silva, Dinesh Chandimal, Kamindu Mendes, Niroshan Dikwala, Nishan Madhushankar, Ramesh Mendes, Prabhat Jayasuriya, Chamika Karunaratne, Kasun Rajitha, Lahiru Kumara, Asitha Fernando, Vishwa Fernando and Milan Ratnayaka. Nishan Madhushka and Milan Ratnayaka have been named for the squad for the first time. Opening batsman Patum Nisanka has not been included due to having an injury. Finals of the T20 World Cup Women's Cricket Tournament match between hosts South Africa and Australia is scheduled to be played in Cape Town, South Africa tomorrow. In a semi-final match played yesterday, England was defeated by South African women's team. The South African team, batting first, has scored 164 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in 20 overs. Tasmin Brits has scored 68 runs and England bowler Sophia Elecstone has captured 3 wickets. The England women's team, chasing a victory target of 165 runs, were able to score only 158 runs within the 20 allotted overs. In another semi-final match, Australia beat India.
Happy Valentine's Day! Prima cook to me, share the hot and spicy love every day.
That's it for tonight's English News telecast. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night.